It's a Munster Cast. Welcome to the show. We got a blast from the past. Yeah, it's a Munster Cast. You know what it is. Hit like, hit follow, subscribe to the biz. Leave a comment, share, let your thoughts fly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Munster Cast, the podcast where we watch and talk about the monsters and monsters adjacent. I am, of course, your host, Myke Shrews, here with my co-host and friend Tivis. So, Tivis, please tell everyone out in the Munsterverse how you doing today.
I don't think you spoke fast enough.
I didn't. I got some time to get as fast as like Eminem used to be back in like the day before he got picked up, you know.
See, my mind went to the Family Guy joke.
All right, man.
It's early.
It is. It's nice and early. I might have to take off, depending. I am not sure. So let's.
Oh no! Don't leave me. I can't entertain the masses on my own.
You can do it. You got this, bro. You got anything before we dive into the dirty business, dude?
Nope. I got it.
Okay. I do have one thing. A couple weeks ago, I was referencing Earth Girls Are Easy with Jim Carrey, Jeff Goldblum, and I said Matt Damon. It's Jim Carrey, Jeff Goldblum. It's Jim Carrey, Jeff Goldblum, and Damon Wayans. Not Matt Damon. I don't know why Matt Damon was in my mind. I think it might have been I had just saw like a video with him in it, but also Damon. Yeah. Anyways, I wanted to correct that because I heard that and I was like, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not right at all. The second I said it, I was like, oh, why did I say that? I was like, am I going to refix this in this episode? Nope, I did not. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, let's dive on into the dirty business. You can find the MunsterCast on all social media platforms as Facebook, Instagram, and X or Twitter, whatever. But I'm reposting there now, just because I'm on there as well. And then you can also find us on any other platform just by searching the MunsterCast or hashtag the MunsterCast. I'm sure things will pop up if we're on those platforms. You can find us there, guys. You can also see our pretty ugly faces every Munster Monday and all of our other content that we post video-wise at youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. That's youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. You can also find all of our content in one single place, guys, by going to TheMunsterCast.com. That's TheMunsterCast.com. You can also click on the little microphone icon on the right-hand side of your screen. Leave us a little voice message. We can play it on the air if you want. Just let us know at the very end of that or at the very beginning. And then you can also click on the store tab or just go to TheMunsterCast.com/merch. And you can find yourself some awesome curated shirts just for you guys out there, the Munster fans, that we have designed for you guys. Make sure that you do go to TheMunsterCast.com/merch link, because that will always take you to our specific store. There are other stores out there in the past that we had found that were trying to rip off our design. So definitely be aware of that. The stupid thing was they were ripping off our logo design of all things. that was the stuff. Okay, whatever, guys. You can also email us at themunstercast@outlook.com. That's themunstercast@outlook.com or themunstercast@outlook.com, whichever way you want to pronounce it. You guys can email us there. All your questions, concerns, comments, whatever you want. All related to the podcast or Munsters. Tell us your stories, all that fun stuff. You can also do that through social media messaging as well, guys. So definitely take advantage.
If you want to help monetarily support the show, maybe get me a new thing for space so I can record without losing the audio. You can support us at patreon.com/TheMunsterCast. Times are tough, though. We understand. You can't give any money. Don't worry about it. What helps the show even more, leave a review on your podcatcher of choice. Rate it. if it allows you to do that, star it. If you're watching on YouTube, give it the thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, even though we come out at the same time every week, 7 a.m. Eastern on Monday.
Well, sometimes every time, because for some reason the platform likes to be wonky sometimes and doesn't
Yeah,
upload.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I did notice that last fall. Yeah. So also telling friends, and make sure to download the podcast audio on your podcatcher of choice. That helps. For some reason, that does help.
Yeah.
I couldn't explain it to you, but it does.
Because they count downloads and not listens. It's weird.
Yeah. They're not Spotify with their streaming BS.
Which I wonder, does Spotify then require that for podcasting?
Couldn't tell you. Never used it.
Okay. We are on there. Check out Spotify for the Munster Cast.
I'm not a fan of things to give me what they think I want to listen to. Like the radio, that's fine. That's whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's these curated streams that supposedly, learn from your listening habits and stuff, no.
I mean, Apple does that too. They all do that now.
I don't use Apple either.
Yeah.
So I prefer YouTube to any kind of short form video platform because I want to pick, even if I want to watch the short videos, I want to pick it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Old man complaints this morning.
Don't give me everything. Just give me the things that I think I know I want.
I'm angry because I got a Coke instead of a Pepsi.
Get off my lawn.
I'm back to drinking pop. Fell off the bandwagon.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I've been pop free for 2 years.
I mean, you just saw it go in my mouth, so it's a little late.
Don't do it. Nah, that's water. Don't fool everybody. No. Anyways, so what are we talking about? Oh, actually, you know what I was thinking? Maybe for Patreon right now, we should probably see if we about how I can give away eggs on Patreon.
Oh yeah, you have a bunch of chickens. Myke has a farm.
We just picked up 5 more, and I think today we're going out and getting a couple more. Just don't tell my HOA.
Are you getting one of those what are the turkey ducks? Or
The
turkey chickens?
Yes. We got a turkin last week.
They're
we went.
So weird looking, dude. They're from Transylvania, you say?
Yeah, they're Transylvanian origin, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that until after we picked it up. Like I've always seen them, but it's an actual breed there. So yeah.
Yeah, anyone who never heard of the Transylvanian chickens, look them up on Google. They're so freaky.
Yeah. They're chickens that have like turkey necks almost. It's like skin and everything.
It's like the crossbreed from your nightmare.
It's Resident Evil.
Close as you're gonna get,
yeah. No, like there's one that's available today that we might try and pick up. It's called the Amish or Polish chicken, and those things look cool. I think I sent you a picture of the one last week.
The big furry ones.
Yeah, it has like the little looking thing on it. Yeah. All right. Anyways, guys, that's enough chicken talk. I've been messing with chickens for years before eggs were super expensive. All right, Tivis, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Kiss Kiss, season 3,
bang.
Episode 8, or the 126th episode if you slam both shows together. This aired
Slam 'em.
November 24th, 1990, making it our Thanksgiving episode of the year. Written by Andrew Borokoff, a favorite of ours. You may remember him from Melting Pot, Pants on Fire, Thicker Than Water, Silver Bullet, and Making Waves. This is his 6th of 8, so we got 2 more with him. Directed by Ross Patranto, the 8th time I've mentioned him. He's got another 10 to go. We have 4 guests this week, Myke.
Yes, we do.
First one I'm going to talk about is Lucy Lee Flippin as Natasha Jones.
Okay.
Born in 1943, 68 projects under her name. First one listed, The Edge of Night, as Miranda Price from 56 to 84.
Yep. Can I also say this is a good one to have refixed my statement from the other week because she was also in Earth Girls Are Easy as well.
Oh, I didn't put that one down. Oh, what a shame.
She was just the receptionist in one of them, but yeah, or in it, I should say.
She was in an episode of the Bob Newhart Show, 23 episodes of Flow from 80 to 81 as Fran Castleberry.
Mm-hmm.
Eliza Jane Wilder for 18 episodes of Little House on the Prairie, 79 to 82. They're bringing that show back. Did you hear about that?
Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Netflix exclusive. Yeah.
Is it going to be like wholesome, or are they going to make it like, Oregon Trail type?
I believe I read that they're making it a continuation, kind of like they did with Fuller House. So hopefully it's got the same, feel for fans of the show. I've never been a fan myself, but
aren't most of those actors like stupid old or dead?
Well, I mean, this is one of them, and she is. When was she born?
Stupid old.
43. How about a sneeze? Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, 43. That makes her 82.
She's old enough to be a president. Look at that.
yeah. Let's see, what else was she in? An episode of Newhart. So she was in both Newhart shows. Officer Rena Starland in 8 episodes of The Last Precinct in 86. Cynthia Jennings in 3 episodes of Small Wonder from 87 to 89. Nurse Mimosa in My Mom's a Werewolf in 89.
Mm-hmm.
1 episode of Full House in 89. 2 episodes of Mr. Belvedere in 86 and 89. A show that I don't feel gets talked about anymore. And 2 episodes of Still Standing in 2004 and 2005. Last credit listed was for Prairie Fever in 2008, which is when she retired.
Okay.
So, yeah. Next, we have a weird one. Jack Armstrong as Kyle. This show was his very first credit. He then went to do 2 porns.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah.
What?
One of them was from the Dark Brothers, who just a quick Google search taught me they are the Coen brothers of porn industry.
Is that what this Hooter Mania is?
Yep. And the one after that as well. What is it?
I clicked it thinking it was going to be a movie about Hooters, like the restaurants.
That movie was made before the restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then he went to be a reporter in The Mouse in 1996, which is not a porn. It is a movie about a boxer who is so terrible he decides to lean into it and be a comedic act.
All right, well, a career, I guess.
Yeah. Next, we have Lance Wilson White as Nelson. This dude has got 26 credits under his name. He was on an episode, first credit was an episode of Highway to Heaven in 87. Then he went on to Punky Brewster in 87. He did 24 episodes of Max Papazalios Jr. in We Got It Made from 87 to 88. An episode of Who's the Boss in 88. An episode of The Golden Girls in 90. An episode of Baywatch, also 90. An episode of Back to the Future animated in 93.
I totally forgot Golden Girls was going on at the exact same time as Munsters Today.
Yeah.
They should have had some crossovers, bro. That would have been awesome to see Betty White show.
That would have been great. He was in an episode of Sliders in 98, which cannot go unmentioned. It is one of my favorite sci-fi shows of all time. And the last thing he did, according to IMDb, is a short called 5 Wishes in 2000.
Okay.
And our last guest.
He also did a Clueless.
Oh, yes, he did. I almost put that, but I forgot.
But is it the
Because you were talking.
movie or the show?
I believe it was the show, because I think it said 1 episode.
Oh yeah, it's the show. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you get for distracting me early, Mike.
It's not that hard to distract Tivis.
It's really not. We have Anthony Palermo. Palermo?
Palermo.
As Derek. 34 acting credits to his name. Only a handful stood out to me. If you notice any outside of my list, please shout out. He was his first role was in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares in '88. 2 episodes of Quantum Leap in '92. My late grandma's favorite sci-fi show. An episode of How I Met Your Mother in 2008. An episode of Chuck in 2009. The Wizard's Return, Alex vs. Alex in 2013. My wife's favorite Disney show. And a short called Pod Racer in 2023. And yes, it is that kind of pod racing.
Okay. I'll point out also Poltergeist, the TV show.
Oh, dang it. How'd I miss that one?
In '98, and the awesome 90s or 2000s version of Rollerball. It just says he plays Toll. So I'm assuming that's one of the characters. I haven't watched Rollerball in a minute. It's
or is he like
fun movie
standing there as a toll road? Like, yeah, you gotta pay me.
No, I think that's like the character's name because they all had like weird names.
I can't believe I missed Poltergeist. Dang it.
What was the TV show? Poltergeist Legacy. So
one of them Undertaker appears in. I think it's the third one.
The Poltergeist movies?
Yeah.
Does he?
Yes.
I thought his only actual movie was Suburban Commando.
Nope. Poltergeist.
Which I just watched the other day again.
Not how you spell it. Poltergeist the Legacy. Undertaker appears.
Okay. Oh, so in an episode of like the 3rd episode or 4th episode, something like that.
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mark.
Well, anything else?
No, I think it's time.
It's time. It's synopsis time. Today we are talking about Kiss Kiss, which aired November 24th, 1990, as previously stated. On this episode of The Munsters Today, Marilyn finally gets a full storyline. While Marilyn strives for the perfect mate, Grandpa gives her the ticket to an ethereal plane of dreams come true. As Marilyn traverses this newfound lore, will she come out on top, or will the boy of her dreams incorporate a kiss so devastating that even Marilyn herself will be lost for words? Will Grandpa's love life bake like a cake, or will it pop out like a jack-in-the-box? Will Eddie's werewolf tendencies come to light, or will the pages of his snake melter be spat on? Will Herman and Lily finally sit out and let the others have some screen time? Or will Lily's low standards give birth to a most righteous kiss? Will Marilyn find the boy of her dreams hiding in a box? Or will he stay stuck in the closet for a good payday? Will high standards get the best of Marilyn? Will her nitpicking be the demise of her love life, resulting in the succubus tale that will never end? Or will Marilyn open her mind to gain a world of love? As the ethereal beings place their bets on who can take home the most minors this season, will chaos ensue? Find out this week on The Munsters Today.
Well, that was an ending.
So it's always funny when I go back and re-edit or edit this as synopsis time for like the other platforms, like cut it out, cut the segment out, because then I actually see Tivis's like face, and because usually I have my words on a secondary monitor. Today I actually pulled them over in front so I could see your face, and when I said that last part, the look you gave me, you were just like, wait, what? I'll bring it up if you don't remember.
Yeah, all right. Remember, you can get Myke cameo from him if you want him to say some really weird stuff and get him canceled. Now's your chance.
Nothing can get me canceled. I'd have to be not canceled to be canceled. Is that right? You gotta be greenlit to get canceled. How about that?
This just in, Myke is. Oh no!
For the audio guys, Tivis knocked me out of the booth for a second.
That's gonna be fun for your editing. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's dive on into this. We
All right.
jump on into Herman and Lily dancing while Grandpa is twirling the record player so
Yeah,
the music can play. Of course.
Of course, they don't have a modern automated one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they express their feelings for one another, and Grandpa's just disgusted. He's
says-
tired of it.
1, 2, I love you. 3, 4, I love you more. And Grandpa goes 5, 6. This is making me sick.
A little reference to Freddy,
Yes.
which
Very
I think
vague.
comes back around later.
Yes, it does. Yeah. Which
Herman
I think is probably on purpose since for what the story does. So
yeah. Also, we have someone whose first ever acting role was in the TV show of Freddy's.
yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, we're coming full circle here. Herman asks why he has to do that every time they express their love for one another. And Grandpa's like, "Don't take it personally. I feel the same way when I see baboons roll around in their breakfast at the zoo." And then they kiss and annoy him more.
Yes.
Marilyn comes down
With
and
a fury, bro. Holy
oh
moly.
yeah,
She commanded that stage today. Shit. She walked in. She was so ready to go. Boom, boom,
oh
boom.
yeah. It's probably because she's been kicked out of a lot of stories the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, she slams herself onto the couch, turns on the demolition derby, and Lily's like, "You all right?" She's like, "Yeah, why? Because you only watch this when you're mad." She's like, "No, I like it."
I like Demolition Derby. It reminds me of my love life.
Yeah. Grandpa and Herman exchange an expression of, whew, another failed one? Come on, girl. Well, Lily simply asked what happened. Derek asked her to dance this weekend. And they're all like, "What? How is this bad?"
All right.
She's like, Is he good looking?" "Yeah." Grandpa
He's
asked if
cute.
he's smart. Honor
He's
roll.
smart.
Herman,
Yeah.
does he have a car? "A hot red Camaro." "What is the problem?" Yeah. Turns out he gives her what kids today call the ick.
Yeah. He takes his gum out of his mouth with his hand and twirls it around his finger.
That is gross.
And then he also whistles the Andy Griffith theme show, which, by the way, if you can do that, girl, marry that man.
Also, call back to the Munsters creators.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she could forgive those things, but what really crosses the line is that he's always in the art room and smells of turpentine. And Crap is like, there's a lot worse things he could smell like. Nothing personal, Herman. And look, I hate you. Lily tells her that she needs to stop finding fault in every boy she meets. Not every man can be Herman Munster. And I gotta say, I have an aunt that is exactly like this, and I don't feel bad calling her out because she's also rude as hell.
Exactly like what? Like Lily or Marilyn?
Marilyn.
Yeah.
She has never been married because she can't find a guy good enough. Again, I don't feel bad calling her out. She never listens to this show.
Look, people, settling is okay too. Like it's how ugly people get to be married. That's wrong. That's wrong. I don't mean that one.
Hey, no. Don't you dare take that back. That's how I ended up married. Look at me. If she didn't settle, I'd be screwed. So Grandpa again makes a noise, and Herman just gives him a death stare like, "What? Do you want to go?"
Yeah. he almost growls at him.
Yeah, he does. Grandpa again, or I'm sorry, Marilyn is just sick of all her options being jocks, geeks, nerds, and heavy metalheads. Yeah. Herman asks, "What's wrong with the little metal in your head?" and smacks his metal plate that presumably makes his head flat.
Yeah.
Grandpa says nothing if you don't mind friends' refrigerator magnets covering your bald spot anytime you visit. And remind me if I'm wrong, but we're in the early 90s now. Is the goth scene about to explode?
I mean, like you had that go. I guess it started more in the 90s, but it was
That
like
was it
late
was like
80s.
evolution of the punk.
Yeah, you had the evolution of the punk from the 80s turning
It, like,
into like the goth scene.
punk
I'm not really
diverged
sure.
into either goth or skater. Like
Let's
the,
see.
the creation of cliques in high school is a
So
wild thing to
this
think about.
says the goth subculture coming from the punk stuff was in the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay, so they're already around. So her school doesn't have goth people?
Um
What school doesn't have goth people? I was friends with my goth friends, or the goth people in my school. Of course, I was also
so
friends with
it
damn near
gained
everyone.
popularity. Let's see here. Goth subculture spread from the UK to other countries, including the US, where it gained popularity in the 80s and 90s. So it was probably more bigger in the States, probably more towards the 90s, like as the evolution of it continued,
Mhm.
because we started getting more and more things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to decide whether you're goths or the true goths or they the like hot topic goths at the time. Like
Uh Mine, the clique I was friends with, they definitely modeled themselves more after Marilyn Manson, hopefully not anymore. But uh,
I mean, better Marilyn Manson than Charles Manson, just saying. No matter what, it's still better.
yeah, I guess, uh Marilyn didn't kill anyone, I guess.
There's not really any proof that Charles did. It's just he like got people to do it.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, actually, I do think he might have been found guilty for a couple murders, but not like the big ones that were
Yeah.
all over the
Yeah,
news.
I was just thinking that. Didn't he get caught kind of like Kevorkian did, where, they couldn't for a long time until eventually he's like, okay, I'm gonna turn the dial.
Well, there were like I think there were bodies on the ranch that they were. Anyways, that was a whole nother.
Yeah, it's just, how did we get here?
He was a
Maryland?
CIA plant. Have you ever heard that one? He's a CIA plant.
No,
He was.
I'm
He
not
was.
shocked. Everyone, wait, they haven't killed him and replaced him with a clone yet?
He died in prison, allegedly.
Yeah. Just like
Actually, they're
Elvis.
using his. They're using his brain right now to run Chat GPT.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, no, I was just curious.
Anyways,
'Cause she mentioned all those groups, and I'm like, I feel like there was quite a few that were around by that. So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
it was the skater scene that was just starting to pick up, because what Tony Hawk was probably just becoming popular around this time.
probably in the early 90s. Well, this is 90, so
Yeah,
yeah. And it just depends too because they're in California. I don't know what fads were picking up then versus like in the Midwest and stuff like that. Because there
I'm
was
just glad Valley Girl hasn't appeared in this show yet. I'm waiting for it, dude.
it's gonna be the last episode with Marilyn.
Yeah. So
Violet Camaro.
Herman says he could set her up with a kid named Nelson. He works with
Mhm.
his mom at the mortuary. Now, last week he mentioned that he had to wear certain clothes to work there when, you know, uh, I assumed he meant because he wanted to. Now I'm wondering if this is a gross uniform policy,
What do you mean?
because he said he was pretty clear. I have to wear a halter top to work.
Oh, so for like the females, they have to wear halter tops and
Yeah,
stuff.
is this like Mr. Graves being a perv?
Maybe.
Or not great. Which one was the really bad father?
Gateman.
Gateman.
I think it was Gateman, yeah.
He's the one I could believe this policy from. Marilyn says that would break one of the fundamental rules of being a teenage girl. They can only date people their parents hate, which I'm going to take a moment and acknowledge that is a sweet compliment that she sees her aunt and uncle as her parents by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
So now we cut to the lab where what's going on there, Myke?
Leonard is dressed up in a nice shiny red dress, and they still got the puppetry going on with him, which is nice. Cool. And Marilyn is talking with him, and yeah, she's basically complaining about how she finds every little thing in a man that drives her nuts. Sweetheart, let me tell you this right now. Even when you're married, you're definitely gonna do that. Like, you're gonna find every little thing that you loved about them to be the most annoying part about your man. So women, choose wisely. It's your own faults. You do this to yourself.
Can I just say, at this point in the story, I was real worried Leonard was going to become human and date her.
That would have been kind of a cool storyline, though.
He's how old, though?
He's a skeleton, Tivis. We don't know how old he is.
And a few episodes ago, it was just an angel.
What?
Doesn't make it less creepy.
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Making waves, yeah.
Is it Jake or Jack? Jack.
So Grandpa comes down and tells Leonard red isn't his color before going to mess with a giant Rolodex, is I think what it is.
Yes, yeah. It's an old Rolodex. A giant one, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I've never seen one that big. That's why I was like, I'm not sure.
She said.
I'm not going to deny. Marilyn asks what he's up to. He's reorganizing snapshots of his old girlfriends, and he picks one up who could melt M&Ms in his hands, but the nose on her. Marilyn comes over and asks how she could drink with that, and he goes, well, she couldn't. She just absorbed the moisture through her nostrils. But at 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, she looked pretty good.
I don't understand how the line about how she can melt M&Ms in his hand. Is it because she like warms him up because he's like so cold or something?
You know, I didn't put too much thought behind it. Is that a saying? Let's see. Could melt item in hand.
Well, like M&Ms, they melt in your mouth, not in your hand type deal. But like, what is he saying? What is he saying? Is it a euphemism?
It's 2 looks. Oh, no. I'm just getting what happens if you put melted objects on your skin now. I can tell you what would happen. You'll regret it. So Marilyn gets it. She finds one tiny thing wrong with the guy and hyper focuses on it until she goes insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells her that he sounds like his Aunt Zelda. Could this be a reference to Zelda Spellman, who first appeared at Archie's Madhouse, number 65 in December of 1968?
You mean, are you talking about Sabrina's aunt?
Yes.
Maybe, Tivis, maybe.
It's just a weird coincidence to me. I know the TV show hasn't made it very popular in the zeitgeist yet, but what are the odds? Aunt Zelda?
Sabrina Teenage Witch came out in the 96. It was 6 years later. Yeah.
I know my comics did. Nobody was good enough for her. She would sit in the basement every Saturday night drinking Coyote?
I don't know what you wrote, so I don't know. You're saying it
I
like
definitely misspelled whatever it is and watching reruns of My Favorite Martian.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Marilyn doesn't want to end up like that.
Is it coyote or peyote?
It definitely wasn't peyote.
Okay.
I don't think they made a drug reference.
Yeah, talk about death. What are you talking about? Drugs. Come on.
Yeah, Marilyn doesn't want to end up like that, but she can't let go of perfection. And he's like, okay. He has a way of finding the perfect guy for her. There's this company out there that can make them. And I'm getting flashbacks to the Toadman story from the original show now.
Yeah.
He gives her this card to a company. Apparently, it's a credit card. I thought it was just a call me type thing.
Yeah.
They make the guy of your dreams.
The boy of her dreams. Inc.
But if Freddy Krueger shows up, be careful. He's all hands.
Yeah. Well, when he tells her the name of the company, he says it's the boy of her dreams, Inc. And she says, boy of her dreams? Well, the sister company is girl of his dreams. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that comes back around. And then I just gotta say, that means Freddy Krueger's a creep in this universe too, huh?
He travels the multiverse of the dream world.
But I mean, this has to be the reboot Freddy.
Why?
Because I don't think the original one showed any interest in any like sexuality at all, from my memory.
Are you kidding me?
I just remember he killed him.
Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, the original one.
Always made sexual references. Always.
Innuendos, though, but he didn't act like a perv, did he?
Did you watch Freddy vs. Jason?
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough.
I was gonna say there's one specific scene for sure.
Yeah, I blocked that movie out a lot because it's so disappointing. People waited over 10 years for that crossover after they teased it in, was it Jason 5?
It was
Goes to Hell or whatever.
Yeah, Final Friday. Yep.
What a disappointment.
No, yeah, Freddy's always had like the perverted like sense of humor thing. Like, I mean, even in the first movie, I think it was the first one with the tongue coming out of the phone and stuff like that. And then he would always make the jokes when he would like put things inside of people and shit like that. Yeah.
Maybe we should do a watch this Halloween. We could put it on our Patreon.
Anyways, Marilyn then runs upstairs and Grandpa walks over to Leonard and says, I don't know, Leonard. Maybe I'd like it better with black pumps. Referencing Leonard in this red dress here. Leonard shakes his head. Hell no. Does Grandpa dress Leonard up like this on lonely nights?
That is a good question. Oh, poor Leonard. I don't know if he can fight back. That sounds wrong as soon as it popped in my head. Oh.
How does a skeleton move without tendons?
Magic.
Okay. I've always questioned that in movies. What?
How does he see without eyeballs? Or think without a brain?
I mean,
it's got to be magic.
Daredevil can see and he's blind.
He's got echolocation.
Whatever. Anyways, then we go into a cloudy room, which is the dream world.
I seriously got scared that we were back in the future where kids ruled the earth.
That would have been awesome. And Marilyn like runs out jogging out, and then I'm like, oh, thank God Marilyn is fully dressed. Thank you, directors. Thank you. Like, I thought she was gonna come out in some skimpy little outfit, and like, you know, season 2 Marilyn probably would have. You know, it's just like, thank you. Thank you. We didn't need to see her in Jack's little bikini.
Yeah. She's like, where am? Oh, this is the gym at the high school.
Yeah.
Which is a nice little thing because we see this set again.
Yeah. 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 I was wondering why they would do it in that. And then we're like, okay, it comes back around. Cool.
She hears a voiceover.
Yes. And then appears whoosh, this girl in all purple.
Yeah, she appears like the fairy godmother too.
Yeah.
And then she plays she sings the jingle to the company.
Yeah. Her name is Natasha Jones, sales rep for Boy of Her Dreams Inc. Here's something to look at. And I only know this because I dated a girl like way back in like middle school, I think it was, who had the same name, Natasha. And I'm going to bring this up because I have a theory, somewhat of a theory for this episode. If you spell Natasha backwards, it says Satan.
I had no idea where that was going to go, and that is so far outside the ballpark of where I was imagining. Okay, if you spell my name backwards, it sounds like a Russian satellite.
So just keep that in mind because I don't think this person is who she says she is.
Are you saying you dated Satan? I don't like the uncomfortable silence going on right now. It's too much dead air.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
No, she was fun. She was fine. It was middle school. I don't remember all that shit. I just remember the name because I would spell people's names backwards to see what they were. And when I did that one when I was a kid, I was like, it says Satan. I was like, that can't be good. And then I swore I would never name any of daughters Natasha because of that. Like, look at Natasha Romanoff. Satan.
It's a lot of, what is it, red in her ledger?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so Natasha walks over and she has this giant, like, it looked like a metal case, but I guess it's a typewriter computer thing.
Yeah.
That says Boy of Her Dreams Inc. on it in huge wording.
I love the first thing she says after doing the jingle, though, is, now what does he look like?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? We're just going to get right into it, huh?
And they go, it's Boy of Her Dreams. Yeah.
Marilyn is so ecstatic that she keeps changing her mind on what the guy will look like. And she eventually settles on a shiny brown hair, blue eyes, and a smile that would make you melt.
Yeah.
And Natasha says she could just clone Tom Cruise for her for cheap. And I'm like, no, run away from that cult.
I don't know if he was in it at that point. Oh, in the early 90s? I don't think he was in it yet.
Yes, it doesn't matter. She then agrees.
No, they make fun of him, first of all. Like, I liked him in I don't remember what the movies were, but then they're like, but then he did Top Gun and something else. And he's like, yeah, I mean, come on, how many times does he have to prove he's a man?
I love the fact that they agree with me that he's an overrated actor.
I love that even back in 1990, they were jabbing at Tom Cruise's like manliness, you know, his
The man jumped up and down on Oprah's couch.
Not in 90. It was like the 2000s.
Doesn't matter.
It's because he was madly in love. He was madly in love. I'd do that shit too.
You're a child. That's not much of a defense.
You know what? If I was on Oprah's show, I would jump up and down on her couch because I'm like, you're a billionaire. You can afford a new couch if I break it. Chill out.
See, you should just do the what was that Chappelle skit? F your couch.
So yeah, she then brings up, she's like, oh well, we can do like a base model. Let's see here, and then three guys just show up out of the middle of nowhere.
what she says when she summons them, though?
Yeah, she's gonna have them. They're gonna be. Is it in shape?
It's
Um.
a way cool
Oh,
dude, a
yeah, way
buff
cool.
punk, and a hardy boy with no brains.
Yeah, like we can skip the intelligence for now, is what she says. Yeah.
Yeah, these three guys. You didn't happen to grab a screenshot, did you? They felt like that was something you would do.
I can if you want.
You don't have to. I just for some reason thought that would be one you'd grab.
Oh, but before this, this is when before the guys even show up. I totally forgot. She does the thing. She's like, "Oh, well, it's gonna cost you," and she shows her the card from Grandpa.
Oh, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it happens before.
It's after.
No, it happened before.
Mm-mm.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now in a sec.
All right, you go right ahead.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Never mind. It's in my notes too. I don't know why it's there. Okay. Anyways, yeah, the guys show up, and this is where Marilyn gets weird about it, because there's three dudes there. One of them's just posing like he's like Mr. America, and
I swear one of them's a gladiator from Gladiator.
here's a visual for the video people. Boom.
The one dude's just in his underwear.
Yeah.
Is that a Karate Kid bandana on that dude?
Or Rambo, whichever you want to say. Yeah.
I don't think Rambo's was that long.
They all look like they would be Wolverines.
So which one do you think is the idiot? I'm gonna go with the guy on the left.
The one in the middle.
I think he's the buff hunk.
I think the blonde guy would it would
see the way cool dude.
Yeah. The one guy on the right, he kind of just looks like he's a magician. He's gonna be a magician.
Oh, maybe that's the one without her, because she says a Hardy Boy, and he kind of looks like the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
The book characters, not the wrestlers who haven't done much yet.
The wrestlers have done a lot. What are you talking about?
By 90?
Oh yeah, but not by 90s. Well, these three guys appear on the screen, and Marilyn walks over to him and looks at him, and oh, they're all so hot and sexy. And she says this line that's I'm just like, oh no. And she says, would it be okay if I stuck a few dollar bills in their shorts? With a big old smile on their face.
And this is when you know she's getting ripped off, because Natasha says she doesn't have to. The tip is now included in your bill before snapping them away. So hold on. You summon these guys as an example of what you can do, and now I have to pay just to have seen them?
You're right.
What kind of business are you running here, lady? That's like me going to buy a new car, then pulling up in a Ferrari being like, we sell this. Oops, I hit the mic. And now you got to pay a quarter of it, even though you're not going to have it.
Yes.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that car. I'm going to run you down.
Yeah, I'm going to put this back up on the screen a little bit, because I know Tivis wasn't finished yet. You're welcome.
I mean, if I could look like that guy in the middle, I wouldn't be complaining. So.
All right. So now the boys all disappear again. She just clicks her fingers and they disappear.
Yeah.
And this is where the cost comes up.
Mm-hmm. I want a one-of-a-kind guy.
Well, that's gonna cost you. And then she hands over the card and he's like, Vladimir.
Yeah. Small universe.
Oh, how do you know Vlad? Oh, he's my grandpa. Vladimir's a grandpa. Oh, how do you know him? Well, I was a dream girl for a girl of his dreams Inc. When Vlad ordered me, the first days were magic. Then something happened one morning. I woke to discover he broke my heart. And she removes her neck thing and sucked my blood. Guys, this is the first time we've seen one of Grandpa's victims.
Yep.
And the holes.
And I can't believe she still has the puncture marks after all these years. Does that make her a vampire?
She's dead.
Was she ever alive? Hold up. We're not going to get into that now. We'll get into that later. I have problems with this story.
There's a few problems, yeah. Yeah, anyways. So then she's done with her little drama move for a second, and then she goes back over to the table. And yeah, she's like, all right. Anyways, let's go. Let's pick 3 personality traits. Only 3?
Only 3?
Well, that's all we need. Boys are not that deep.
So I have verbatim what she what she asked for.
Yep, go ahead.
First, he must be very kind, so everyone likes him. That comes back to bite her. Second, he must be devoted, so he does everything I want. Natalia likes this one. A man who thinks for himself is nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
Comes back to bite her. Last, he has to be a good at dancing.
Great dancer.
Wow. Is my notes really jumbled there somehow. Natasha then makes a dancing equals sex joke.
And she says, oh, we know what dancing leads to. And this right here, people, is why in the movie Dirty Dancing, the story of the evil teen boy is very disrespectful to the father. The father was right in Dirty Dancing, not the teen boy who comes in trying to dance with his daughter all the time, all over the place. You've never seen Dirty Dancing, have you?
Is that the one with the orangutan?
Moving on.
Okay.
Let's name him Kyle, she says.
Natasha says Kyle will be at her house tomorrow. And before Marilyn leaves, she takes the opportunity to play the jingle again.
Jingle, 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 jingle.
Like, what is this, Charlie Sheen? There's a few people who got that joke.
Where did this go?
Where did what go?
Hold
I don't know
on.
what you're looking at.
You're good. You're good. Continue.
All right. So cut to some point next day. Marilyn rushes out of the kitchen asking if anyone stopped by while she was, doing whatever she was doing. Eddie just looks at her and he's at his wit's end. For the 187th time this hour. And honestly, I don't know if he's exaggerating or not. The way he's so annoyed, I don't know if he is. We just got bombarded with a bunch of Marilyns on the video, by the way. Audio.
I clicked the wrong button. Anyways.
So, yeah. Lily's like, who are you expecting? Marilyn answers truthfully that it's the boy of her dreams. And Eddie asks if the boy she thinks about while making out with her pillow. And Lily smacks him.
And Marilyn gets so angry by this.
Did you notice Eddie is like reading a book, but also on the phone at the same time?
Was he?
Yeah, he's holding the phone.
Oh, maybe he's like doing research with somebody on the phone. People did do that.
Just go to their house like a normal kid.
Not everyone did. You know what, Tivis? Not everyone could do that. They require their parents to drive them around, and his dad's got the vehicle clearly. Anyways,
He can run. He's young. It's 90s California. What could happen to children?
In California in the 90s, yeah.
So, Herman comes in and he's like, hey, Marilyn, I got someone I would like you to meet. And I'm like, I called it immediately. I'm like, it's the coworker's kid, isn't it? Herman is so she's real excited to meet him, and he's excited that she's excited.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, he's the perfect boy. He knew she would like Nelson. In walks this very thin dude wearing a plaid jacket and a turtleneck. He brought her lip balm.
He looks like a serial killer.
He does. Herman says his mom works in fashion. And he's like, yeah, she dresses the corpses at the parlor.
Yep. And then the doorbell rings and she walks away as fast as she can and opens both doors instead of just one. What?
No, I was, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She bolts from this guy.
To a huge package at the front door with the picture.
Euphemism.
Is it though? That says boy of her dreams.
I hope to God they poked holes in this thing.
I hope they didn't. So she opens it, and who is it? But Kyle. He literally came in the box, Tivis.
Did you just call me Tivis?
Tivis. Because you're so trivial.
All right, Meekle.
I like it. Some of these episodes are starting to remind me more and more of Black Mirror episodes. Did you ever watch Black Mirror?
Yeah,
or heard about it at least?
I've heard. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Twilight Zone did it so well. It's hard for anyone else to reach that level to me.
Some of these episodes are on that like aspect, but instead of like science and stuff and technology, it's magic.
I'll tell you who did it better than Twilight Zone, though. What was the Through the Door, the mystery door show that was on TV before Twilight Zone that the same host was on?
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Okay. Twilight Zone host. What the hell is his name? Rod Sterling. Okay.
The Outer Limits?
Yes. I think.
Why are you going through so much of a hard thing? You just type in show predating Twilight Zone. It's The Outer Limits.
Yeah, that one was real good. No, I'm sorry. Night Gallery.
Oh, Night Gallery?
Yeah.
What was Night Gallery? I don't know if I've ever watched that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, it's from the like 70s.
Late
basically.
60s, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a really good one. If you could find episodes of that, good luck, but also so worth it.
Yeah. So we got the image below us on video right now, guys. I was gonna wait till the end, but I'm sharing it now. Just take it in, because I don't know if we're gonna get a whole nother Marilyn only episode. So
I'm shocked we got this one.
I went heavy with the Marilyn on all of it this week because I was like, just in case. Yeah.
We have been asking for so long
For a whole Marilyn episode.
Yeah. We'll get into that in the afterthoughts, though. So we're at dinner. Oh, Nelson asked Herman before the scene cuts, does this mean I don't, or can I still stay for dinner? And Herman is like, he just shrugs like, oh, like it's your house.
You. Yeah.
But then we cut to dinner. Nelson's gone. Obviously they kicked him out. Probably a wise choice. Nelson. Marilyn and Kyle walk in. I suddenly remember what you're talking about in the synopsis now. Marilyn and Kyle walk in all fancied up, and it makes my skin crawl just think about wearing something like the freaking dress outfit that the dude has on.
A suit?
Yes.
A dress outfit.
I hate it.
I don't know what part of the synopsis you're talking about with right here.
I'll bring it up when we get to it.
Okay. So, they sit down and they talk to him first, right?
Yeah, they're like, you two were made for each other. And Kyle's like, I was made for her, certainly.
Yeah. This
Herman's
is
like,
when
now are you American made or foreign import? Like me. I love that joke. I had to get it in.
Yeah. So he tries to cut Marilyn's food for her. He says, "As a girl as beautiful as you shouldn't have to cut her own food." Without getting into any super details on this, I actually met somebody, a girl who was like this recently, where she'd never cut her own meat before because her dad always did it for her so that she would have higher expectations of a man for her life. I don't know if I'd like that or not. I think it's cool. Why not have high
Teach your kids to be
expectations?
self-sufficient.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
also
say.
have high expectations too for people in your
Yeah.
life. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm never going to cut. Okay.
So
I'm
as
gonna-
far as this guy goes,
Should I embarrass my wife? Yeah, screw it. She's never going to hear it. So, no joke. Literally up until we moved out of their house, whenever we had lasagna, her mom had to cut it up for my wife.
what do you mean cut it up? Like just in pieces, smaller pieces?
Yes.
Okay. So at that point it's just falling apart ravioli.
Yep. And I'm like, you're in your like late 20s. What are you doing?
Come on, Tivis, admit it. You're like, why hasn't no one cut my lasagna?
I don't like people doing anything for me, so I get mad when people send me gifts.
Yeah. I live in a house where it's like, you know, there's cultural differences within my house here versus my house growing up. So
I've seen some of that firsthand.
yeah. So like the cultural difference, because like the Mexican culture within the household here versus just a bunch of nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just move along. So just know the culture is different, okay? When people talk about culture, you know that's what they're talking about. Not like, oh, what color you are. No, there's cultures. Yeah. Anyways,
I don't know. I just find it like,
go on.
let people do their own thing. You know, don't. Self-sufficiency is what I value in people.
You can be self-sufficient, but also have expectations of someone to do stuff with you or for you.
Cutting up your food for you is on a level of non-importance that I feel like you need slapped.
It's different cultures, Tivis. Different mindsets. Everyone's
You know how
different.
you brought up when you marry someone, some qualities start to annoy you?
Different mindsets, dude. Different mindsets.
And no, I've never slapped my wife. She has punched me in the arm a lot till it hurts, though.
Why did you bring that? No one thought, and you no one
Because I
thought.
said you need slapped. So I'm going to clarify. I've been the subject of abuse.
I
But
wasn't
never the
even-
other way around.
I didn't even think about you like slapping your wife. But now that you've said that you've slapped your wife or haven't slapped your wife, we don't know now.
No, I just told you.
Of course, I wouldn't tell people I hit my wife either. So
Do you?
I don't know. Do I?
Well, now I don't know.
My wife is Mexican. She will stab me if I tried to hit her, dude. Come on.
It's true. Mike would never do that because he's scared for his life. Also, he's a decent guy. I'm joking.
No, I've never. No.
No, I'm still expecting her to punch you one of these days, but
Oh, yeah. Moving forward. So
how did we get here,
What's
Mike?
this guy's
What
name?
happened?
What's this dude's name? Kyle. Yeah, he's talking to Herman. He says, "Oh, I can't wait to hit the lanes with you, Pop." He's like, "Can I call you Pop?" And Herman looks at him and says, "Sure thing, son." And
He
then,
also calls Marilyn Sweetums, and Eddie and
yeah,
Grandpa look at each other like, "What the
yeah.
heck?"
Then Eddie, after he's called son by Herman, Eddie hands him his comic and says, "Hey, here's a Snake Melter 2 or whatever." And he's like, "Awesome. Let me
No, it's
check it out. Let me
just
pick
Snake
up
Melter.
what?
It's just Snake Melter. He's gonna pick up Return of Snake Melter, the sequel for him.
No, Son of Snake Melter is the
Oh,
sequel
that's
that he's
right.
gonna
Yeah,
pick up. Yeah,
Son.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because
Yeah,
everything was Son of.
Yeah. He was like, "I'll pick it up tomorrow for you when I take Grandpa to this rare blood importer I know." Marilyn is not liking this companionship.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, she drags his ass out of the room. She's like, "All right, come here, come on, come with me, please." Yeah.
yeah.
Um.
It's not fun having a boyfriend if the family likes him too much.
Yeah.
And
It's like you're getting along way too well with my family.
my head hurts so much trying to understand what is going on in her head right now.
Yeah.
And he apologizes for being so thoughtless and goes to transform into a punk.
Look here. We're gonna say it right now, right here. I don't know. I know I wrote it somewhere in my notes. Marilyn is toxic for this dude.
Oh my god. She's when you hear about a toxic relationship, she is no wonder she can't find a dude. She drives him all the way. She is my aunt.
And she's like having this guy change, his personality constantly, whatever. He says, "Yeah, you're right. I'll take care of it real quick." Oh no, I say, thinking that he's a robot at this point and wondering if he's going to update himself. Because
That is a valid concern at this point in the story.
I literally wrote that in my notes as I was watching. I was like, "Oh no."
Oh, that would have been a crazy twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been any different than like Herman's. Yeah, he's alive, but he was built too
And I
by
gotta say,
Dr. Frankenstein.
for the few listeners, like one that I know of, well, two that know of Power Rangers,
Mhm.
he comes back like he drank Baboon's punk potion. Uh, he's in a bandana, a biker outfit. I'm like, where did you get these clothes?
He looks like he's a greaser now. Including the cigarette pack that's wrapped up in his in his t-shirt sleeve.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Wait, what? What? Okay. Whatever." Which then it came back around to me after I watched this. I was at work and I had an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer on, and they had it was one where like the adults started acting like the kids, like they were like through magic and stuff.
Yeah.
And dude had the pack of cigarettes rolled up in this t-shirt, just like that. Was like, oh wow. Yeah. Anyways, he comes back to the table and Grandpa or Herman's goes, "Who the heck are you? Who are you?" And he's like, "Your worst nightmare, Pops."
Yeah.
"What happened to the nice young man who was here a second ago?" Lily says. "Forget it. He's history. Hey, hairball, give me one of them comics." And then he spits gum
Yeah,
into
it's like,
Eddie's comic.
oh,
And Eddie, I love this interaction. From
oh
Eddie.
my god, I would do the same thing.
Eddie looks at him and is like, "You better hope tonight isn't a full moon."
I will kill you.
I think this is the first time Eddie has referenced his transformation in this show. Is this
I
correct?
don't think so. I think we did get one reference to it early on in season 2 during one of the school episodes.
Okay. I want an episode where he actually transforms. I want to see what Werewolf Eddie would look like.
We saw that in the 2012 reboot, where he chased around a bunch of scouts.
We didn't see him transform, did we?
No, we saw him as a werewolf.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was in one of the movies. Remember, there was like it was in the first '90s movie. They had put a moon on the screen, and he began transforming in class.
I'll have to look at that again. Yeah, I don't remember that. Okay. Um. Yeah. So
Which, I mean, if that's the case, then he can just look at a moon and force a transformation.
yeah, and then after Eddie says that, Grandpa stands up and is like, "Last time I saw someone change this quick was Dr. Jekyll, but even Mr. Hyde had better table manners than this punk." And then they all take off. They all just like dip.
And
Kyle goes and go on.
Marilyn's like, "You swung too far in the other direction."
Yeah. He's like, "How am I doing? You went too far." He's like, "Please wait. I could be the boy of your dreams, please." Looking at this guy now, and after knowing your story, like the thing with him, I could totally see him being in porn. The question is, what type of porn? Because he's got
IMDb has him listed as Dog Man, so I don't want to know. The look on Mike's face, audio listeners.
Interesting.
Oh my god, the look on your face.
So if anybody wants to see the interactions or the reaction of Tivis is actually going to sit down and watch the porn for Patreon and record it for himself. So check out.
I'm not even watching the Munsters themed one. That's not what I do.
Did we mention that one yet?
I think we have a couple of passings.
Okay. Yeah. I think we've mentioned that we are not watching that one Munsters thing.
That's weird.
Yeah.
No, stop that, people.
I don't even watch that stuff for recreation. I'm not doing it for that.
No, you're married. You don't have to.
No. Now, so if my wife wants to dress up like Lily, I could be Herman.
So Kyle asked for another chance, and so begins a montage of like a silent film type thing where we get writing on the screen as stuff happens. So I have all 4 of these. If
yeah.
So first task, I want you to dress perfectly. The heck does this even mean? He comes down in a suit, looking extremely, put together, and she rolls her eyes, so he rips one sleeve and she's just, whatever, let's go.
Yep.
The second task, I want you to give me gifts. He brings her a giant thing of flowers. She loves that. Then some presents, a blanket, a crown, a bicycle, a pair of skis, and then more presents. Too much. Third,
too much.
I want you to watch movies with me. He is a loud laugher, kind of like myself. She hates it, kind of like my wife. When she laughs, he tries it again, and she still hates it. They cannot get on the same page. Fourth task. I want you to just plain adore me. She's on the couch with a face mask on, the image under Myke, for visual watchers, eating ice cream, and he brings out the camera to record her.
Yeah.
They chase each other. They chase each other around until she uses it to smudge up the camera, sticks out her tongue, and storms off.
I'm going to say this right now. Let's be fair to Kyle here, though, okay? I have totally done this to my wife. I think there's even a picture somewhere on like a Facebook or Instagram of my wife in a face mask. I sometimes I just think it looks cute. Just the cuteness. It just looks cute. Yeah. The cream, whatever you guys are doing, you guys think that it's like this disgusting thing, whatever. We find it's natural. Most people are doing it, whatever. Who cares? You're doing it to keep your beauty, to keep your youth, whatever. It's cute. It's cute. And it's kind of like a cool thing to be like, dang, you guys actually take care of yourself. I don't give myself any facials. Tivis,
Phrasing.
Tivis. Trying to be
Guys,
serious here.
guys should actually develop some kind of skincare routine, but
I
I
mean,
don't.
there
So
are
I can't
guys
judge
that have
anyone else.
skin. There are guys with
And
skincare
they're gonna
routine, like
look so much better than us when we're older.
every so often. Like, I mean, I don't know if people could see earlier on the video, but I was just using lotion on my hands. But for my
I
face
should.
stuff, like I have this nighttime cream that I just use around my eyes, and it helps keep the crow's feet and stuff away further. Because I'm almost 40 years old, and my crow's feet aren't nearly as bad as some guys I know that are like in their early 30s, which is sad. I also wear sunglasses all the time, so I'm not squinting outside, like even at nighttime. Yeah, see, Tivis, you just squinted now. I just there are things that I will do to try and take care of myself. I just need to learn to diet a little better, or, eat a little better and shit like that.
Yeah, I think we all could do that.
Yeah, there's always those random things that your spouse will do that us guys just find cute. Like the one thing that my wife doesn't understand, like I don't know what it is. This is a little too personal. When she's sitting on the toilet. I have never taken a picture of this because of course I wouldn't, but just there.
Your wife doesn't shut the door either.
She does. I just open it. I mean, it depends on the bath. Like downstairs, she'll shut it. Upstairs in our master bath, she doesn't.
I get so annoyed. Close the damn door.
The only time she freaks out is if she's actually dropping the deuce. Like, then she'll be like, get the fuck out.
Where's the fist? This is gonna be the day. Yeah, no, lotion that's something I really need to do. She forced me to do it the other day, so I don't have it now, but my knuckles literally crack, so in my elbows, they're terrible, especially right. I have a scar here from where a kid put a stick in my bicycle when I was younger.
Yeah, you do need to take care of that stuff, Tivis. White people get ashy too. Come on now. Like it's
yeah, my knuckles get so bad that it actually like they start cracking and bleeding a little bit.
Yeah. They got good stuff for that. This is off topic, but like I use like this hemp lotion stuff. You can't really see it, whatever. Yes, weed. I use the hemp lotion. People think hemp and weed are something else. But I use hemp lotion, or I use like a good cocoa butter, because if you can go like Dollar Tree and get that Dollar Tree cocoa butter, and that stuff is just mostly water. Don't mess with that.
I use whatever my wife just leaves out in the bathroom.
Yeah.
If I see it, I'll use it. If I don't, I'll forget.
Yeah.
Not even think about it.
But yeah, no, the interaction with Marilyn, this was awesome. Yeah. All right, so let's see here.
We cut to Herman and Eddie playing a board game at the table, which speaks to me because board games.
And it looks like something somebody just like handmade.
I'd play it. Well, isn't that all games?
There's like a skull. You'd play any game.
That's true. I like to go into Gen Con, which is America's biggest board game convention. And a lot of times if you just sit in the eating area, people come up to you and be like, hey, would you mind testing out this game I'm developing?
Yeah. I get what the heck am I trying to say? Oh yeah. The board game, you said that all board games are handmade. They're not all handmade. Most of them are produced in factories.
If you play the prototypes, they are.
Hey, yeah, the first versions of them. I'm trying to figure out what this is because it's got like a skull. It's got like random character. I don't even know, man. I know what it's supposed to be.
Lily's serving drinks to everyone though, and Grandpa's just on the couch, and I couldn't tell what Grandpa was doing at first. Which, if you're in Frank's Facebook group, Munsters Today fans, this is where I grabbed my screenshots from. Was Grandpa on the couch here?
Grandpa's just reading a book.
Yeah, hi, magazine or whatever.
Yeah. And then this is where Eddie goes, dude, you think Marilyn would be happier with the boy of her dreams, but she's complaining now more than she did.
Yeah, Eddie is confused what Marilyn wants in anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna send you these photos real quick because I don't know if you saw them or not.
I did not.
Yeah,
I didn't go on the groups to avoid
yeah.
it.
I warned you because I watch it before you.
Yeah. Marilyn walks in. Kyle's got
Corn dog.
a corn dog, yes. Hot dog on a stick, as they say. Because I think corn dogs is like a brand name. Is corn dog a brand name?
Probably everything's a brand name.
Probably. But they say hot dog on a stick. And he's like, but you wanted a hot dog on a stick yesterday. And she's like, that was yesterday.
My taste changed rapidly. Like,
This
good
is
Lord.
This is where I wrote, dude, she is the definition of toxic. Sorry.
I'm starting to think she has an undiagnosed bipolar disorder.
She's just a woman.
No
offense to our women viewers.
There is a big difference.
There's yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know because my woman is bipolar.
Fist. She tells Kyle to go off and buff her red shoes for the dance tonight or something. Yeah. And he's like, yes, dear.
Yeah.
And the look on Grandpa's face, I couldn't help. That was another screenshot I took. I think he's working on a crossword actually in this scene.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. A crossword or like find and seek or whatever word puzzle.
Lily tells her to you're being quite harsh on the dude. Like, and Marilyn like loses her mind. He does everything she asks, and it's driving her insane. And Grandpa's like, return him. Oh, like you did Natasha? Why did you say that name?
This is I will say though, geez, this is something though that does happen in a lot of relationships where it's like one partner or the other will be like that person wants to show their admiration or love a lot more than the other person, so they're constantly trying to please the one person, and in doing so it's like you're not combating, you're not giving me anything to have a relationship with. At that point you just kind of seem like a servant in ways. So I understand that part of her disgruntlement or whatever with this relationship, because it's kind of like I don't want someone that's just gonna do whatever I say. If I wanted that, I would just go out and buy somebody, and that sounds wrong. Anyways, it's kind of like having the friends that aren't going to combat you with your stuff. Like me and you, we don't agree on everything, but we also let each other know that stuff. Whereas sometimes you'll have friends that are just like, yeah, whatever you say, dude, that's right. You're good. You know, they like back you no matter what you say, even if what you're saying is retarded and stupid and just idiotic. And I know what Tivis is looking at me like that for, but still, it's like those things. It's just like when people are doing things in your life and they're not like being corrected, you're not trying to correct them or be like, no, dude, you're being stupid. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're at fault, not them. You know, basic things. And it comes back around to the whole relationship thing too. In relationships, a lot of times it's like I will try and be level-headed if my wife comes with me with all the information on the thing, and then I can be like, well, did you try this or did you do this? Did you do that? Before I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's all you. I love my wife to death, and I am on her side no matter what, but I'm also not going to let her go out into the world and be stupid just because I want to be on her side all the time. I am on her side. Being on her side is showing her what she is wrong about or what she's right about. That's because you're helping them develop. You're helping them, you know, move along in life.
My approach is different.
In there. Yeah, well,
I'm like, are you sure
we
you
all
didn't
don't hit our
interpret that
wives?
wrong?
Jeez.
Well, people who do need to be put in the ground. Just saying.
Maybe not put in the ground. Like there are steps to take.
No. That you can give them a straw if you want, but put them in there. You got an air hole. You're fine. But yeah, no, my approach is, are you sure you didn't misinterpret the situation wrong? No. Like, okay, you're right.
You see, I'll try and ask for other details and stuff, and be like, "Well, did you do this? Did you say this? Did you know?" Because it's especially in marriages and stuff. Like, as the spouse, you are only always getting one side, and even if you know the other side, the other person to the other side of the story, if you go to that person and be like, "What's your side of the story?" You're losing your spouse's trust at that point. You're not Sweden, baby. You're either Ukraine or Russia. You're not in between. Like you don't get to pick. That's a big bad. That's probably not a good
I hope
analogy.
one over the other one.
So yeah, like I don't know, man. I just think in relationships you should try and help each other, even if it means showing them their stupidity and not doing everything for them constantly. Yeah. But then again, I'll do everything that my wife wants to a certain extent or help her in any way she can because she is the love of my life. That's everything to me. And even if she's wrong sometimes and the other person is there, I will stand up for my wife in front of that other person behind closed doors. That's when you tell your spouse, hey, I think you were kind of wrong at this. This part was probably a little more on your side, things like that. Anyways, Marilyn. Okay,
I just love Grandpa's reaction. Why did you say that name?
Yeah, why did you say that name, Natasha? Because you gave her up. Well, the company made a mistake. They sent me a girl who makes cakes, and I wanted a girl who jumped out of them.
She now wonders.
Oh, you didn't point out the thing at the table that I put in the synopsis. What were you talking about?
No, it didn't happen yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Marilyn starts to wonder what's wrong with her. She gets the perfect guy, and she finds issues with him.
Yep.
Lady tells her she just got very high standards. And she's like, how did you know Herman was the right guy for you? Grandpa goes, got very low standards. Lily knew from the first kiss that they were built, or that he was built just for her. Lily's like, did you even kiss Kyle yet? Marilyn's like, no. And Lily's, maybe you should hold back your judgment until you do. And then she gives Marilyn a look that makes me think that she's got more than just kissing in mind.
Yeah.
Like, you need to unwind. Wink.
Can I also point out Grandpa saying that his daughter has very low standards? I feel that's a problem with him. That's his issue. He didn't set his daughter up to have higher standards in life, especially within men.
I don't know if that's something you can instill in someone else. They're going to have their own preferences for a partner no matter what.
Yeah, but some people will also have an idea of what a man should be or like a woman should be for them or whatever you're into should be for you based on the people that you were surrounded by your entire life.
Yeah, and then you end up like my aunt.
Like, look at for instance, my mom. My mom has worked her entire life. She took care of the family. She still does take care of the family, like the family that lives there and stuff like that. So my idea of women were strong, independent women who could take care of themselves, but also still have the family and stuff like that. That's what my wife is. She's strong, independent. She loves us all, but she's also out doing her own thing, like with work and she's taking care of everything like that way.
I don't think I have any preferences for, like, when I met my wife, I honestly
I don't think they're preferences that we think about on a daily basis, because I didn't really think about this until I started thinking about this show in terms of it. But when I was thinking about it, that whole
Yeah,
thing of like
but
my
my
mom
wife is
coming up and stuff like that, like
nothing like anyone that I lived with growing up.
anything you watched on TV, stuff like that, nothing at
No,
all.
we just click.
Cool.
Yeah, honestly,
This might also just be me looking into things a lot more too on
yeah,
my
you
end.
know, Schrodinger with it.
Yeah, why not? I don't see a problem with it.
Man, I always wanted to date their parents. Uh,
But well, I also had like, because I grew up around mostly women, so, and they were all pretty strong women that I grew up with. So I just feel that was going to be ingrained in me regardless, to find a strong woman, a strong independent woman. That's why I can tell my wife to go to the kitchen, make me a sandwich, because I know she knows I'm just messing with her, but she'll still go do it because she loves me. Give me a beer.
Shell and my preferences are I'm the dirtbag guy who's only into superficial things at first. That's how you get my attention, and then I get to know you.
What did I have to do? Oh no.
You know what you did.
No, I still taste it. Oh.
I don't like where this went.
All right. Anyways,
I don't like this at all.
have you ever kissed him? Blah blah blah.
So,
All right, now we're at a dance for some reason. I'm not sure where this dance came up at.
well, remember
It.
Marilyn tells Kyle to go buff her shoes for the dance tonight.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. That's yeah.
Oh, we start the episode with the one turpentine guy asking her to the dance as well.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, turpentine guy.
I don't remember his name. Derek.
Yeah. So we're at the dance, and Eddie's there, Grandpa's there for some reason. I guess he's a chaperone.
Yeah, that's what Grandpa decided to chaperone, but he also said he had no choice. It was this or 8 hours or Leonard singing the arm bones connected to
Nelson comes up and he's dancing, and Eddie's like, hey, good moves and stuff. And
nice white suit.
Nelson's wearing a jacket with bullet holes in it.
Yeah. It's a dead guy's suit. He was shot 9 times by his wife. Nelson's like,
no. 50 Cent, no.
I got to return it to him tomorrow for his showing. So I can't get it dirty.
But they're not going to put the jacket on with bloodstains on him. Not for the showing.
I think they might.
Not for a showing.
If the one woman wanted her husband buried in, what was it, Switzerland's country?
I don't think the wife, if she is the one who shot the husband, gets to say in what he gets buried into this.
Who's to say with this show, dude? Who's to say?
Yeah.
I
think this guy's a serial killer.
It doesn't seem like a lot of the law side of things works very efficiently in the Munsters universe at all.
Yeah. As we saw with the court case and stuff.
Multiple times.
Yeah. So then Marilyn and Kyle come on in to
I keep forgetting his name.
Yeah, because he's just not even that important. As they come in, Grandpa's dancing himself away with these 2 chicks, and Eddie's over there dancing away with another girl.
I want to call it dancing. I think, what do you say? Let's go Vogue.
Yeah, Vogue. People who don't get that reference, it's like the Vogue magazine photo shoots and stuff where they just like.
I'm glad I didn't watch this with my wife, because not even joking, maybe it was a year ago or so, I still remember it. We were arguing. She was telling me that this was a dance, and I'm like, there's no way anyone is that stupid to fall for something this dumb.
Okay. Then we cut to commercial, then we come back, and it's Marilyn and Kyle.
Yeah, it's slow dance time. He lived.
Marilyn,
Yeah, go ahead.
Marilyn. He says, Marilyn, I live for you.
Hmm.
And she says, I know, Kyle, but I'm not sure I live for you. Well, what will we do to make you sure? Kiss me.
Let's kiss it out.
They kiss. And Kyle goes, yuck! That was awful. And Marilyn, pissed off, says, I agree.
She takes total offense because that was a bit much.
He says, you mean I don't have to live this lie anymore? Lie? And Kyle switches like that from Kyle to Kyle and goes, yo, sweetie, you have been a one giant pain in my butt this past week. If I didn't need the money, I would have blown this gig a long time ago. And I don't know why I just channeled White Chicks, but I did.
I don't know. It sounded like you channeled a little bit of Trump there. So
this
okay.
gig was so big that the gig and the big and the money was, look at my hands, they're so huge.
Dude, this is where I got a problem with this story. Does this company make human beings or do they just hire people?
So before this happens, though, before he walks out, we see Natasha appear in the background before he
she's
walks
in the
out.
hallway.
And this is why I think she's Satan. I was like, did she set this shit up because like her grandpa affected her and hurt her, so she was trying to get back at Vlad by hurting his
think about that. But she comes in
granddaughter?
Maryland, that guy's never going to work in this town again. So again, are they just hiring people like actors?
Yes.
Is this just like a bunch of BS and it's actually a oh god, what is it? I can't remember what the term is, but it's like a service where a matchmaking service.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you've ever, my wife used to watch the show called Millionaire Matchmaker.
You don't know if I ever, come on, Tivis, you know I never. Like, I don't even know why you would even think that.
The premise of the show is it was a bunch of rich dudes, superficial dudes,
Yeah,
with too much money to spend. They basically hire this woman, which the minimum for hiring her was $1 million. She would go out, find the women that he described, the people describe that they want, and then find the women that she thinks would be good for them, and then put them all together at a mixer and see who they gravitate towards.
Sounds dumb. I feel this is more like a glorified long-term escort service.
Yeah. I just this is where the story, like, this guy, he's written some amazing stories with some amazing talking points, but this is where this one falls apart for me.
I think they didn't know they're out for it, so they just went with something they could real quick. Because like him turning all like gay, I guess.
Yeah,
and just taking out. Yeah. And then Marilyn goes, some boy of my dreams should have been called boy of my nightmares. Don't worry, Marilyn, he will never work in this town again, as you said. Oh, I'll never find the boy of my dreams. And oh no, this comes later. Never mind. Sorry. She then sees Vlad.
Vladimir.
Where have you been? What have you done? Sorry, you knew what this was. I never date more than once and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't write down none of Grandpa's stuff because
I've never been. My relationships never last more than a week. I'm like, wait, hold up. Does that include Lily's mom?
Relationships, not marriage.
Oh, that's fair. You're no different than Madonna, Kim Basinger, or Janet Jackson. Nobody gets an 8th date. So he takes them out every single day for a week.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, good on him, but my God.
Just long enough to do what he needs to do.
suck their blood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this
So
why she's do you think she's dead?
I don't know what she is anymore. Because again,
Yeah.
the whole premise was she was made for him, but now we find out they're hiring people to. Ah!
Yeah. Either that or that guy was, yeah, it's so weird because like he's supposedly made for her, but then it's like he's so independent that maybe he once he was made, he realized he didn't even like girls, so he just went along with it in the first place. But he's hired, so he's hired to be there. So I don't, yeah, it's all confusing. It's all like you could have just went like, well, I'm so independent that, you know, oh, I found a boyfriend and he takes off with the guy. Instead, you know, like you are such a bad girlfriend, Marilyn, that you turned the dude gay. There have been many cases of that too, by the way.
So Marilyn is moping around by the punch bowl when a dude walks up behind her. She knows it's Derek because she can smell the turpentine.
Yeah. Oh, this is when she was like, oh, I'll never find another boy of my dreams, as he walks up behind her.
Yeah. And she's just like, hey, kiss me.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what?
Give me a kiss. And then they both kiss and both go, whoa, at the same time.
They feel the shock.
And this is why this is where I wrote in my notes. And now I'm like, damn it, Howie, why didn't you show up before this kiss?
Yeah, Howie.
You could have taken over. Yeah.
So Natasha comes over and compliments her on finding the boy of her dreams. She too found the boy of her dreams.
This is her first kiss. This is her Marilyn's first kiss in this. Do you remember your first kiss with your wife?
Yeah.
Was it a whoa moment?
Yeah.
Or a no moment? Okay. I'm just
That's
curious.
it, was it?
How old were you guys?
Let's see.
10 years old. No.
I was 17. She was
So high school still, right?
Yeah, junior year.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, so Natasha's over there. She is like, yeah, I found the boy of my dreams. Seems like tonight's the night I have found the new man of my dreams too. Oh no, I say to myself. I literally was writing these things down as I was thinking them. So bear with me, people. Oh no, I say to myself. Nelson calls for her. Yo, sweetheart. And I say, oh no, again.
How old is this boy?
And then he says, let's say we split this dump and find ourselves somewhere more romantic. You got it. That's a teen boy, bro.
Yeah, this is the part in your synopsis. I'm like, oh yeah.
What's with these ethereal beings and teens this season?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's because it's reversed this time doesn't make it any less creepy.
No. Although, like, I assume he's in high school because he's at the dance for high school.
Yeah. Anyway, so Marilyn begins slow dancing with Derek, and we go right to the credits. No last scene.
Yeah,
but
no mid credit or nothing.
Freeze frame on her leaning into him, which is something we didn't see. So obviously they filmed a little bit more and just edited around it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it was an interesting. I was not expecting a no final credit scene.
Yeah, that shocked me too. I was like, did it cut out? Was it something that we missed or what? But no, it's nothing there. So, I mean, Frank, if you know if there was supposed to be a mid-credit scene or something like that, let us know. Maybe we can fix that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Frank didn't give me any kind of tidbits for this episode. So,
okay.
He's been busy this week though.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Final words, final thoughts. I think we've been doing our thoughts throughout it.
Yeah.
Much. Like for me, I enjoyed the episode to a point, but yeah, it does get confusing with that twist of like him being an actor, I guess, a paid actor guy there. I don't know why, because he's an actor, they had to make him gay. I guess it was the Hollywood thing at the time. It was popping off. The stereotype of an actor in Hollywood, I should say, in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Or what's his name? John Travolta, things like that. All the, there's a stereotype that they would just place on them.
Their beards. Like
maybe
Ryan
that's
Reynolds.
why Leonardo DiCaprio keeps dating 20-year-olds. He's like, I'm not gay, dang it. Look at these girls.
Yeah, I'm sure it does nothing to do with him being creepy.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day about that. I was like, dude, even like I wouldn't even be able to date a 20-year-old anymore. And I'm not even 40 yet. Like, I don't understand how some of these guys do that. It's just weird. Because like I have kids that are gonna be 20 soon. So in a couple of few years, but still.
Yes, Myke is taking drugs right now, people.
That's all that headache that you're giving me. No. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best episode or anything. It was cool to see more lore built up, getting more of Grandpa's flings in there. I'm hoping
just getting a Marilyn episode.
Was
like
that
at all at this point? Just getting a Marilyn episode at all at this point.
The Marilyn episode alone was just great to have. As soon as it started up, I was like, awesome, a Marilyn episode. Sweet. Let's dive into it. I enjoyed that part for sure. And then yeah, don't
you texted me and you're like 4 minutes in, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
and we did. This is a long one.
I find her attitude very toxic within this whole episode, for sure. Even like I understand like she had to go through that and get like that pain or whatever you want to consider it, and realize like she doesn't need this perfect man to finally get the guy that she is with. Like I understand, like it's the rom-com bullcrap all over again,
Yeah.
But this I think predates a lot of the rom-coms, where it's like the girl and the guy, but then it's like I don't want to be with him because he's just like he does this, but he's got this and this wrong with him. But then she goes and dates all these other guys, and after she's ran through like a train, it's just like blah, and then she ends up back with the guy in the first place. Anyway, that was a bad depiction of that.
So rom-coms rose to the height of popularity at the late 80s and 90s. So yeah, around this time.
Yeah, so around the same time. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's kind of like the theme of this, was basically just like we can't always have everything perfect. Sometimes there are things to look at and change up a little bit. Yeah,
I think this being an Maryland episode for me makes it higher, just because we've gotten like a total of 2 Maryland centric things over 3 seasons now. The first one being season 1, where she ran away.
And what about when she was doing the video work, the music video in season 1?
Oh yeah, well, I thought that was more of an ensemble episode, but yeah, I guess that it would be she took the lead in that story as well.
Yeah, or not? It wasn't a music video, was it? It was a short. I think it was just
she was just filming something. I forget what.
Yeah,
but but overall, like again, this writer, I've been loving everything he's done in this show, all the messaging and stuff put into it. This one's his weakest script yet, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just because the ending kind of folds into itself. It doesn't really make sense with the first section of it.
I feel like, unlike previous ones, no one really learns a lesson here at all. Marilyn just stumbles into a relationship she likes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that she kind of learns that she can't be so dang like nitpicky about every little thing.
But she admits that she's never going to change several times.
But not at the end. The end's that all this counts, isn't it, Tivis?
Again, she just stumbles into it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if she's still in the relationship next week.
Yeah. It's kind of he's the rebound boyfriend is basically what happened. But
Yeah.
you know, that can sometimes, one of the people I worked with at a former job, she'd literally met her husband the day after she broke up with someone. So
Nice. Okay. I don't really have much else to say about anything with this episode, just because I was doing it throughout
yeah,
our conversation. Yeah.
we spread it throughout this time.
So.
Yeah, it's mostly just on the writer is all I have left to say, and I've done that because
Yeah.
the weakest script yet, but still enjoyable.
Okay. So next week, guys, are we done with this one?
Yes.
All right. Next week we are talking about Mind Reader. I am going to say it's a grandpa episode.
I'm going to say the metal plate in Herman's head gives him psychic powers.
Let's go. Let's do it.
He's the combination of Xavier and Magneto in one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Oh no, I think it is going to be a Herman episode. Herman's the one stupid enough to fall for mind reading.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it. Scam angle.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. Is Herman's going to get some type of scam done to him, or we meet a new family member who can read minds. I don't know.
That would be cool.
Monster can do that, except for like maybe Damien.
I'm trying to.
Because have we had Damien show up on this one yet, or was that just the movie?
That's just the movie and a couple references.
Okay.
And I think they're trying to stick to classic Universal monsters.
Classics, yeah. Yeah. Although they keep referencing Freddy and Jason and stuff, because those were popping off too. Late 80s and stuff. All right. Anything else? Have we got anything else left?
I hope you enjoyed your supersized episode this week.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Definitely. And if you want to contact Tivis about him hitting his wife, reach out to him at Tivis014 everywhere. And joking. Yeah, no, it's great, dude. I enjoyed this the conversation for sure. I think the conversation was better than the episode, I gotta say.
It was, yeah. We had a lot of those during the original show, but I think this is the first time in the Munsters Today that it felt that way.
All right, guys. So let us know all your comments on this episode, what you thought about our analogies, our personal things that we possibly shared in this one, all that fun stuff.
Do you cut up your own lasagna?
Yeah. Do you cut up your own lasagna? I know what meme I'm making and sharing on Facebook and tagging your wife in.
I mean, she'll be annoyed, but
I'm just messing with you, dude. All right, guys. Any final words, Tivis?
I hope everyone has a good week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And we will catch y'all next time as we take another stroll down 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.